Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. We'll see how many we have on tonight.
Right now you've got me, you, and Beach Bum.
Well,
that's what's showing up.
Pick up your puppy down there.
She said your intro is very good.
Who?
Well, since it's me, you, and Beach Bum, who do you think?
Okay. Well, I had something to talk about. I had a few things to talk about tonight, but we got one thing ongoing right now. Is there's a 2-year-old girl missing in Florida.
I thought it was a boy.
Boy, I'm sorry. 2-year-old boy missing in Florida.
TS is here now. Hey, TS.
A 2-year-old missing in Florida. This is the picture.
Oh my gosh, how gorgeous.
What they're telling everybody, and we'll play a video. We get a few more people on here, but what they're telling everybody is this. Apparently, the baby was staying with a relative or somewhere, and they delivered him back to the house, laid him down with his parents who were sleeping. What I got out of it, and sometime in the morning, the child got up. The parents didn't wake up. He walked outside in the front yard. A neighbor leaving to go buy gas for a lawnmower or something saw the baby in the front yard playing with the dogs. The reason why they know the time, it was about 10 something, is he had a receipt from the gas station down the road where he had went and got gas. So they knew it was around 10 something. But when the parents got up, they couldn't find the child, and they didn't report it to 12 o'clock, which, you get up, you would think they're out, wandered off. He was supposed to be real rambunctious. It's easy to see where they wouldn't report the child missing for that length of time. But they've got a huge search on the way. They've been searching ever since. And so far, what I've understand is they have not found the child. This is the missing child alert that came out over FDLE, Florida Department of Law Enforcement. And they've got dive teams. They've got horseback. They got, you'll see the helicopters, everything that they've got out here. But I'm going to play you a small news report here, and you'll get the idea.
And of course, that is the hope right now, hearing from Hernando County Sheriff Al Nienhuis talking about this missing 2-year-old who you see right here on your screen. He goes by JJ. They are searching for him. He has been missing since about 10:40 this morning, when what the sheriff says is a very reliable witness saw him playing in his front yard. And then he says the mom noticed him missing around 11 o'clock this morning, but waited about an hour to notify deputies, who then began searching. And they have searched homes. They say there are a lot of farms in this area. As you heard the sheriff say, check your property, check it again, check it a third time, because they say he could be in a shed. He could be anywhere.
He could be hiding. They say he acts a lot older than he actually is at 2. So, and much smarter than you'd expect, maybe. So, yeah, could be hiding. No indication at this point. They said that he's been abducted. And at this point now, as the sun starts to go down, they said that there's hope with infrared cameras. Right. The bloodhounds might have a better shot here at locating.
Yeah, more than 50 deputies out there. And then, of course, he's saying as they're coming out of the woods, just covered in sand spurs. 10 Tampa Bay reporter Malik Rankin has been out at the scene all day as deputies have been searching.
Yeah, Malik, crews are running into several obstacles here in their search.
Courtney and Josh, as we just heard from Sheriff Al Nienhuis, they have been searching everywhere, and they have been for 5 hours now since that 911 call came in. Now they're looking for Joshua Rolling. We're going to keep showing you this picture on the screen because he's 2.5 years old. He's been missing for 5 hours now, and law enforcement continue in their efforts to find him. As we just heard from the sheriff, roughly 50 sheriff's deputies from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office here on the scene, a dive team we just learned, as well as canines from Pasco and Citrus County. Now let me show you this area so you have an idea as to how this search is a bit complicated. Even with dozens of law enforcement officers on foot, in cars and ATVs, in the sky with choppers and drones, this is a rural area of North Brooksville. These homes are spread out. There's tall grass, retention ponds, and giant trees. All of this makes it all the more difficult to find a small toddler.
The obstacles are the woods. They're very thick, so it's hard to see through with the helicopter and the drones.
We want to show you this map once again. If you live in this area, law enforcement, they're asking you to thoroughly check your property, go through the bushes, make sure if your vehicles are unlocked, check those as well. And to give you guys an idea of just how seriously law enforcement is taking this search, as Sheriff Al Nienhuis pointed out, they are looking into every single tip they've received. In the time that we've been out here on the scene in North Brooksville, we've watched officers zip back and forth through this scene as they get any information to see if it leads to finding little JJ. For now, live in Brooksville, Malik Rankin at 10 Tampa Bay.
And wanted to go on and show you this. I don't know if you know this guy, that he's very, very good. JB is, I think, is his initials. He's with WFLA. He was on the air for about 4 or 5 hours. Very, very good reporting. He was a part of that Gabby Petito when she was missing down there. The guy was hiding out in the forest. He was a part of that. So he's very, very good. He's kind of heading up for that thing. Search is underway for the 2-year-old boy wandered off from Brookville home.
Beach Bum said, why wouldn't they fence in the drainage ponds they do here in Georgia?
I'm not sure. That's a lot of that. Some of those stuff are on private property ponds for cattle and stuff like that, and that's why they don't do it. See if anything that was said in this. Basically, it's a large-scale search. 2-year-old Joshua Rowland is goes by the nickname of JJ, and so show you various things. One second here. I got kind of confused at what I was doing. Then it shows they had 4-wheelers and 6-wheelers and 4x4s and 6x6s looking in the various areas of the wood line. They show some of the, you can see here what type of area it is. JJ, they said, is a nickname. He had last seen wearing a gray Batman shirt and dark gray pants, blonde-headed, curly-headed.
You see, I would be one of those nosy neighbors. If I saw a 2-year-old outside playing by himself, I think I would have gone and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, just want to make sure y'all know he's out here."
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. And this is basically to let you know what it looks
Gail
like.
said, "Please repeat how they found out he was missing. What happened?"
I'm going to play that again for you because I don't know. Let me go through here first and show you these. Basically, describe the area around their Brookville home, saying that property is parcel with barn sheds.
Are the houses real close together?
No, houses are not real close together.
Little girl, I don't know what you want. You're just staring.
Let me play that over again, and maybe you get an idea of what they said, and then we'll go back to some of these other slides I have.
It's the
And of course, that is the hope right now, hearing from Hernando County Sheriff Al Neenhouse talking about this missing 2-year-old who you see right here on your screen. He goes by JJ. They are searching for him. He has been missing since about 10:40 this morning, when what the sheriff says is a very reliable witness saw him playing in his front yard. And then he says the mom noticed him missing around 11 o'clock this morning, but waited about an hour to notify deputies, who then began searching. And they have searched homes. They say there are a lot of farms in this area. As you heard the sheriff say, check your property, check it again, check it a third time, because they say he could be in a shed. He could be anywhere.
He could be hiding. They say he acts a lot older than he actually is at 2. So, and much smarter than you'd expect, maybe. So, yeah, could be hiding. No indication at this point. They said that he's been abducted. And at this point now, as the sun starts to go down, they said that there's hope with infrared cameras. Right. The bloodhounds might have a better shot here at locating.
Yeah, more than 50 deputies out there. And then, of course, he's saying as they're coming out of the woods, just covered in sand spurs. 10 Tampa Bay reporter Malik Rankin has been out at the scene all day as deputies have been searching.
Yeah, Malik, crews are running into several obstacles here in their search.
Courtney and Josh, as we just heard from Sheriff Al Neenhouse, they have been searching everywhere, and they have been for 5 hours now since that 911 call came in. Now they're looking for Joshua Rolling. We're going to keep showing you this picture on the screen because he's 2.5 years old. He's been missing for 5 hours now, and law enforcement continue in their efforts to find him. As we just heard from the sheriff, roughly 50 sheriff's deputies from the Hernando County Sheriff's Office here on the scene, a dive team we just learned, as well as canines from Pasco and Citrus County. Now let me show you this area so you have an idea as to how this search is a bit complicated. Even with dozens of law enforcement officers on foot, in cars and ATVs, in the sky with choppers and drones, this is a rural area of North Brooksville. These homes are spread out. There's tall grass, retention ponds, and giant trees. All of this makes it all the more difficult to find a small toddler.
The obstacles are the woods. They're very thick, so it's hard to see through with the helicopter and the drones.
We want to show you this map once again. If you live in this area, law enforcement, they're asking you to thoroughly check your property, go through the bushes, make sure if your vehicles are unlocked, check those as well. And to give you guys an idea of just how seriously law enforcement is taking this search, as Sheriff Al Neenhouse pointed out, they are looking into every single tip they've received. In the time that we've been out here on the scene in North Brooksville, we've watched officers zip back and forth through this scene as they get any information to see if it leads to finding little JJ. For now, live in Brooksville, Malik Rankin at 10 Tampa Bay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, and I'm not judging the people that brought the child back at all. I'm just saying, for me, if I took a child 2 years old into the house and his parents were both asleep or the people were both asleep, I would wake somebody up and tell them.
Now, this is just information that I heard on there.
No,
I don't.
yeah.
What? Do you agree with that?
No, I heard it.
Okay.
I heard him say that they brought the child in and the parents were, or the people were sleeping. I would have woke somebody up and said, hey, JJ's back. Wanted y'all to be aware of that. But then I'm the type that when I was a youth leader, the youth pastor would pull up to let the kids out of the house, out at their house to go in the house. He would drive off before the kids got in the house. And I was the one that would say, slow down, back up, wait till they get in the house. And a lot of times they would get aggravated at me, but I did that because a child did not go in the house one time and ran away. And so you don't want to have that going on. So see, I'm overprotective when it comes to that.
Yeah, this shows, if I can get this to come up.
Yeah, is the dog still there, did they say?
Yeah, dogs are
still at
there.
home. Okay.
These show they got a command center there set up. There's a whole lot of people working this thing. Shows the canine out there in the front yard, going around. They have various canines following. They did get a scent. They said they did get a scent, but they're not commenting if the scent went towards the road or went towards the woods or went anywhere. You know, what it gets me is being in the front yard. I'd just be afraid somebody just stop and
I know
and take him. One other thing, they said they are checking with the UPS driver, where they believe UPS did make a delivery during that time, and they do have a cameras on their trucks.
Okay, MB was the one that asked, what about the dog? Did the dog follow the little boy?
No indication that the dog is missing.
Was it their dog?
Yeah.
It was their dog?
Yeah, that helicopter's flying over the area. It shows you how many
Childbug's
sheriff.
right. I wouldn't sleep with my 2-year-old outside either.
No.
But if the parents were, I don't know if it was parents or the adults that were there were asleep. So I don't understand that logic. Maybe they've done it before a lot, whatever. I don't know. But for me, no, that's not a thing to do.
Let me go back to these here and yeah, while the parents are sleeping.
Well, Beach Bum said, nope, lock the doors if you're sleeping and they're inside. Well, with some kids, you're going to have to put a lock at the top of the door where they can't get to it, because some kids are going to get out no matter what.
Yeah, and this is still going on as we are here. In fact, I have been checking. If you go over, after we get through here, if you go over to on YouTube, and let me check and see if they're still doing this. They were doing a live report on WLFA News 8 live stream. Let me see if they are still doing this.
Yeah, Beach Bum agreed. Deadlocks is what we had with a key. Yeah, and they don't have a key to it.
They're not. I don't see it going.
Well, go back
right now. It did, but it didn't have a live stream. This may be
TS said I had to put a lock at the top of the basement and bathroom doors with my youngest.
All right, hold on one second here. I'm trying to find out if they are still running this at live stream on this.
Hey, Brittany, glad you made it.
Can you go and let me see, 8 News 2-year-old.
He's trying to find that link, y'all, or trying to pull it up so he can copy it and post it for y'all to go to afterwards. Here it is.
Well, it's not live.
Oh.
Still underway.
Okay. No, Gail, they did not. The people sleeping inside did not leave the child alone outside. Somebody who had the child brought the child home and put the child in the house without waking them up.
Yeah, this is, as far as I know, they are not still running that live. They were doing a live stream earlier on it. As far as I know, they have not found the child, and they are still searching. The sheriff's department says they will be there for the duration. So, and then you got to wonder after a while if you dive teams search all the retention ponds, and if they search everywhere they can on foot with I know they were searching with drones, helicopters, horseback, and dogs, like your the big dogs, the shepherds and the bloodhounds, and you still can't find them. Then you got to think about could he possibly been abducted? I know they did go ahead and they put out an FLED alert. They didn't have, they don't have enough information to put out an Amber Alert, because they don't have a vehicle. And that's when they put it out, on the highways. But they had put out a Florida Department of Law Enforcement puts out alert on these cell phones. And I don't know if anybody else got it that lives in Florida, but it did come out across there. One of the reporters that was out at the scene said that it had just come out over the air. Let me see. I'm going back to these.
Somebody, Brittany wanted to know, are dispatch records public?
Dispatch records. What do you?
Hey, guess who's here?
Who?
Red Jaguar.
Hey, Red Jaguar, how you doing? I don't believe that dispatch records should be public unless it depends. You would probably always write for Freedom of Information Act under the Freedom of Information Act and ask, but a lot of police departments will consider that work product, so they don't have to show you work product. They could, like when you go and ask for a police report or a case report, they really do not have to give you anything but the front. They don't have to give you any of the narrative or any of the narrative on the arrest report, because that's considered work product. What are you talking about? Involved in what are we talking about?
Red Jaguar, we still have doctor's appointments through tomorrow. We have not been able to make it your way. I don't know when we're going to meet up with you guys.
And this again is a missing child out of Florida that we've been talking about. Turned up missing this morning.
What city is that close to? What big city?
Well, it's down there. I think it's down near Tampa, but Hernando County. Hernando.
Siri, show me Hernando County in Florida.
Brookville, Florida is where it was out of. They have not said nothing that I've heard that they found anything else.
Okay, Brookfield is not far from Homosassa Springs. Lakeland, Florida, you were right, down near Tampa.
Tampa's covering that. Okay, well, we'll keep up with this and still keep up with what they're going to do on this, and we'll cover some more.
Brittany says, well, I got pulled over because there was a call about a disturbance. I tried to call to see if that call was real because I didn't, because I know it didn't happen. It wasn't able to verify it, but I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Well, you can always go back to the police department or sheriff's department and file a complaint, and they'll have to investigate it.
Are you thinking somebody pulled you over just to find out who you were?
Always, if you got a small police department, go to the chief of police and just talk to him.
You know that I saw a case recently, but we were watching that on the TV the other day about that police officer that was pulling women over.
Yeah, he raped them.
Yeah, he was pulling them over and raping them.
While we wait and try to find out if there's anything else.
Hey, AK.
Hey, AK, how you doing, buddy? While we're waiting to find out if there's anything else on this particular missing person, JJ, I ran across this. A 43-year later on, they're trying to find out, this mother actually is trying to find out where Raymond Green, who stole the newborn from his mother 43 years later. And it was in the news, actually, that the missing exploited children had featured it actually. The mother marks 43 years since her baby boy was kidnapped from Atlanta area. Uh, when and AK, don't go nowhere for a minute here. I want to ask you something too. And when he was just a few days old, and she has came up trying to find out any information they can and trying to get this. They highlighted this case on November 4th of 2021 in hopes that Raymond can be found. And I think they've published it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Hope they've done DNA testing too.
And probably they have too. They asked it. They special attention to the public, especially the African American men around 40 years old who could be the long missing baby boy. And that's who said that Raymond's mother has submitted DNA on several ancestry sites, hoping finally to be reunited with her son. According to officials, Raymond's mother was targeted by a kidnapper at a hospital where Raymond was born. The woman, who called herself Lisa, befriended the new mom. A few days later, while visiting Raymond's mother, the woman stole the newborn from her home. Wow. That's amazing type of thing. And this gives a little bit more information about right in here, the information about what he might look like today from genetics. And they have featured him. So hopefully they'll get some DNA from the sites itself. And I want to bring this site up to you here, a site that Medina wants y'all to go over and look this up.
Oh yeah, Medina does.
Medina
okay,
does.
well, let me tell them a little bit about what it is.
Okay, let me take away this banner.
Okay.
Go
check out Ivory Hecker, Hecker, on YouTube, and look at the one that looks like this, because this is whistleblowers that have come forward. The lady up there in the corner is a whistleblower that's come forward from HHH. I heard the letters anyway. It's with the government, and she was part of the ones that were the kids coming in from, in Mexico and all. They were coming over the border, and they were releasing them to supposedly people that they belong to, like uncles or whatever. Well, they've got undercover Project Veritas, and if y'all haven't watched their videos, you need to look at them. They've gone and they're interviewing these children. Come to find out, they are sex slaves. They're being used. Hey, Maggie, stop. They've been used as slaves. So anyway, just go and listen to that.
Okay.
And you can form your own opinion.
Yes, I have formed my own opinion.
What was her name
AJ?
Again? What was her name again? I forgot. Hecker is the first name. Last name.
Let me go to it.
Ivory. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll drop a link. How about that?
It's Ivory right there in the corner.
Yeah.
Heckerler.
I'll see if I can't find it and drop the link.
AK, I was watching some of your stuff, and I apologize for not being able to get on live, but he's done a lot of stuff, and he's got a lot of the one. I encourage everybody that if you're still interested in the Morphew case at all, to go over to AK Rock, AKRO, is it AKROX, is it, or ROK? Anyway, AK's site, and he did a great show with a former FBI guy, and they looked at the Okay, there you go. Beach Bum put AK's AK ROX AK site there. He did a great thing with a former FBI guy, and did a lot of DNA, and he's got a lot of good information on there about other stuff coming up. He's what? Let me say there. Um, for an Alabama DA who wants new information, take precedent over the current DA, and in a team, a special prosecutor, maybe incoming, and maybe information provided to them. Till then, it's ignored. Do you know if do you know who that would be, AK, from Alabama? Because that's where I lived most of my life and know a bunch of people in Alabama as far as prosecutors. If you know, you might want to send me that information. I'll try to find look it up, find out who that is. Um, you know, the FBI thing you did was incredible. I really enjoyed it. I went back and watched it back. Okay, it wasn't speaking of Alabama. Okay. Okay, I understand.
Alabama had asked a question up there.
Okay, I got you.
I'm sorry. I had wrote him a message and told him to go up and read what Alabama asked.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. That's what you got.
No, it was my fault because you were talking and I sent him up there.
Okay.
Okay, so I posted the website to Ivory Hecker. Go and listen to that whistleblower.
But anyway, AK's doing a lot of great stuff on the Morphy case, and I encourage you to go over and really watch his channel, to subscribe to it if you're not subscribed to it. And he's got a lot of good stuff going on. He's not letting this go away, and I appreciate that of him. Your channel is awesome, AK. I really say that, and I hope that you have good luck with that.
Yes, Brittany, I did say the woman is a whistleblower. Yes, and she is from HHS, I think. I gave out two different whistleblowers' names or where they work, and I think it was HHS. And she said that she didn't believe it until she went for herself and saw.
And you'll have to go and look at that, because I haven't.
We haven't listened to the whole thing, and so all we know is what they said right there.
Okay, we want to bring up a few other things here. This also we thought was a great thing.
This is awesome.
The U.S. Marshals have teamed up to fight the problem with missing and murdered Indigenous people, and I'm gonna tell you, my respect for the U.S. Marshals. I just don't believe that you can find a better service. I mean, I know a lot of good FBI agents and everything, but if you're wanted from something and the U.S. Marshals get after you on it or involved in it, you might as well just surrender. These guys are really top notch. It says is that Yurok tribe?
Yurok
tribe to be the pilot location for the U.S. Marshals Service Missing and Murdered Indigenous Persons Initiative. It was announced Wednesday. The section of the tribe is a part of the agency's plans to develop
AK's uncle is a U.S. Marshal.
Oh man, those guys
100% relentless. Thank you.
They are.
Kelly,
they are
thank
too.
You.
Yeah, absolutely. I know many U.S. Marshals, and they do not. They will find. They just once they get on your trail, you might as well just surrender. The section of the tribe is part of the agency's plan to develop and cooperative partners to tackle the problem of missing children along with the safety issues. And it says, it is my sincere hope by dedicating resource in the Indian community, partnering with the Ute tribe, U.S. Marshals will help address the problem of missing children from this tribe and other public safety initiatives. And I'm going to tell you, it says here that it has the Yurok tribe, the largest tribe in California, is 5,000 members. And,
And if y'all don't know, I think the last time I read the statistics on this, it was 27% of the people that come up missing every year are the American Indians, the Native American, mainly women and children. But there are men too, but mainly women and children.
Yeah, it says here the program will involve a wide range of activities depending on the tribe's priorities, along with training on missing children investigations, investigative support of the tribal law enforcement, data analysis, public outreach, undertaking of these initiatives with the U.S. Marshal Service Sex Offender Investigations Branch, and that is just awesome. And then it basically goes on how grateful they are that the U.S. Marshals are going to get involved. And I'm going to tell you what, that I just can't say enough great things about the Marshals. They're just a
Did
they're
you
just a great
get any of the
thing.
stuff that I sent you, the Dallas information?
Let's see. I've got one here.
Okay.
Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah.
28
28 children rescued, 59 adults arrested, with more arrests coming. And this was just after, y'all, this was 1 month of investigation, just 1 month. And they got 28 children saved.
Here, you go ahead and read some of that.
It says more than 24 children have been rescued and nearly 60 people are facing charges related to online sexual abuse and exploitation of children. The North Texas Internet Crime Children Task Force and FBI Dallas Division of Child Exploitation Task Force said Friday that from January 16th to February 10th, which is not even a month, highly skilled computer crime investigators with agencies from North Texas took part in Operation Janus, an effort to identify and rescue children forced into sexual acts and arrest the abusers who were trafficking the images and videos of the acts online. The operation wrapped up Friday with the rescue of 28 children and the arrest of 59 who are now facing at least 80 criminal charges. The investigation involved nearly 36 law enforcement agencies from across Texas and from as far away as Alaska. Probably another one of those things like you did. Operation Janus allowed us to collectively support each other by sharing resources, intelligence to catch predator in the act. It also allowed us to recover children and protect them from further harm. Investigators said the alleged list of crimes ranged from meeting victims to possession of harmful materials on electronic. NBC5 also learned that the arrest of individuals included, get this, a paramedic, a firefighter, a teacher, and a nurse. Just some of the victims that were targeted were really young children, including infants. People charged as a result of this operation prey on some of the most vulnerable of our children. I applaud the dedication of the task force groups, including members of the Dallas Police Department, to bring these suspects to justice. We will never stop working to identify and locate and apprehend these predators.
Wow.
Now that's sad. And y'all, do you remember when, I'm not going to go into detail, okay? I know not to. But do you remember when Anthony Weiner was arrested and his laptop was taken? They said that seasoned investigators got into his laptop, opened it up, read some of the files that were marked insurance, which was insurance policies for him, and the videos that were played of young children made them throw up. So this has not come out yet as far as in the media. That was in the media, but what was on those videos has not come out. But I know some of it. Yes, T.S. Jackson, infants.
Yeah. Said investigators seized terabytes of data, electronic devices.
When you say a terabyte, how much is a terabyte? Like forever?
No, a terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. Is 1 terabyte. 1,000 gigabytes.
AK, I understand that you hate this. I understand that you hate the subject, but just know this, that once every, I think it's once every 40 seconds or 90 seconds, a child is taken in America. And let me just put this out real quick. Missing children in missing children in 2019, there was 421,394 in 2019. Now that's what we currently knew of. Currently today, remaining 420,000 children. So think about that. And many children go unreported. And one of the things I read recently was with COVID and they locked them down, there are thousands of children that are missing that never went back to school. Where are those children?
Yeah.
And now a lot of them are homeschooled. Their parents just decided to homeschool them.
Yeah.
I know, AJ. I know you were talking. We do have a passion for this.
Yeah. Investigators seized terabytes of data and electronic devices and being used during the commission of these crimes. The devices are being examined forensically and may lead to investigations of their own. And I've got a good buddy of mine that works with he's a forensic expert on telephones and internet and cell phones and stuff, and they work all the time with the FBI and the Secret Service involved in this. Secret Service does a good job at that. They don't just protect the president; they work at this child predator stuff. It says here our goal is to protect every child, and you would love to have that, but protecting every child, just like this missing child that we were covering a few minutes ago.
They want to know, as a policeman, what do you consider an infant?
What I would consider an infant is below 1 year old. I would think below
one
1
or 2.
Well, you're talking
they
about.
Can't take care of. I mean, they can't take care of themselves till they're grown anyway.
If it's below 1, I would say it's an infant. If it's
TS says under 2. I agree. Under 2 is what I would think.
But when somebody says infant to me, I think a small little baby, that like
okay,
newborn.
I'm going to tell y'all. There was one, and I don't know if it was Tommy who told me or someone else who told that they had. I think one of your FBI guys told you they had seen a video. It was in the black web, and a guy was being paid by people who would tell him what to do to this infant.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't even want to discuss that, but there's a lot of that.
Okay, Red Jaguar agrees with you. The one is actually that's 2 cops. They agree. We can't.
Yeah, and this is a big thing. I don't know. Do y'all know about the guy, the sheriff down in Polk County Sheriff? I can't remember his name right now. Polk County Sheriff.
Great guy.
Grady is his name. Grady.
Oh.
Great guy. Has been down there for probably 20 years as sheriff. He's
Grady Judd.
Yeah, Grady Judd. That's right. If you go
everybody's putting it now. They all know who you're talking about.
I've spoke to him online before. He's just a super guy. He will put you in jail if you're doing something wrong, and he's put his own people in jail that are doing something wrong. And he just got they did a big prostitution child trafficking sting, and he arrested 48 people were arrested, 8 children were rescued. No, that's something else. That's in actually, I got the wrong one, but
That's in
that's
San
in
Diego.
San
That just
Diego.
happened.
That
Yeah,
just
that's
happened.
Yeah.
Just happened. This is the one I'm thinking about here. This undercover human trafficking investigation, Operation Traffic Stop, resulted in 213 arrests. And this was actually his said during the 7-day undercover human trafficking Operation Traffic Stop, which began on Monday, February the 6th, in Polk County Sheriff's Department, arrested 213 suspects. Detectives from Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office, seeing another PD there, Haven PD, Haines City PD, Lake Wells PD, Lakeland PD, and it goes on there. Um, they were working to stop human trafficking, um, and they let me go back to.
Hey, Herbie said they hate him down there. Grady's had several death hits on him, and he keeps doing the job.
Oh yeah, I know, he's
He
unbelievable.
catches Disney employees all the time.
Yeah, now this is one of his things they put out on their website. This is the actual things offered to commit prostitution. Those were the ones that they arrested. Other arrests at the bottom, and seeking prostitution right there to the other side. So it's amazing. It's really amazing
AK
what
wants to
they've
know,
done.
would you come on his channel and be interviewed? I said, yes, you would.
Yeah, you may have to give me a week or so. I've got a few things going on where we're going to be
Well,
moving.
after tomorrow, you'll be all right till next Friday.
Yeah.
In the next week after tomorrow morning, he could sometime if you wanted him to, or then after that, it would be we're on the move again.
But
And
you
not
can
to
get a hold of me.
yeah, you could still get a hold of him. Yeah, Gail, you said it's hard to believe there's so many. What's going to shock us, and I believe it will shock us someday really soon, is how high up in all areas of our government, in all areas of the businesses, in all areas of churches, how high up this goes.
Well, you know that there was a guy that was we've talked about him before. His last name is Bowen. He's in prison in Alabama now. He pled guilty to like hundreds of counts of child molestation. He was molested. He was a youth pastor. He's only in his 30s. He pled guilty, and the judge gave him like 2,000 years in prison.
And we've met that guy. He's been in our home.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. At the time, he was a fantastic youth minister.
Yep.
He was leading he'd been overseas. He'd spoke on TV. He was just very, very well known.
But the thing is,
his girlfriend or wife was married.
His wife.
His wife's father was a judge in Etowah County down in Alabama. So I mean, he was one of these where you would never believe in a million years, but what he was doing.
But I think now, thinking back on all that, because he did worldwide ministry, I think back on that and I wonder if the reason he pleaded guilty was because he wanted it done and over with, because he was afraid of what else was coming. Because
Maybe.
Overseas and
the only thing I don't understand is why his lawyer didn't try to get him to plead guilty, say to 40 years or something like that.
I know.
You plead guilty blind. Yeah. I mean, you're going to get what you get.
I only met him one time. He came by the house. He was with a family member of mine, a girl, and we went out to lunch and talked, and that was the last time I ever saw him.
Yeah. So, but it was a big shocker. We had one of our family members were big supporters of his ministry. They supported him financially, and when all this stuff came out, it just absolutely shocked everybody to the core.
Lake Superior. When we used to watch To Catch a Predator, and when Tommy was a police officer in this small town, one of the council members called him and said, "Hey, do we have a problem like they do with Catch a Predator?" And Tommy said, "Well, we don't know because we've never done anything." And he told Tommy, he said, "I want y'all to do a sting." So Tommy got with the FBI. He actually did To Catch a Predator sting. And I was actually blessed enough to go with him one night on one of the calls and watched him take down the guy. Then it went to court.
We got 29 predators off the street, and they were ranged from businessmen to engineers to police officer
Army.
brothers to a army guy to business owners to youth to everything. In fact, one guy fled. He was Canadian, fled to Canada. As far as I know, he's still in Canada. And one time we had a news person wanted to ride along. The news person rode with me that day because I was headed over the investigation and had several guys that worked for me, that were working for me, involved in the we called it Operation Child Safe, and it was very interesting, very good. The only thing I'll say about that is we had a pretty liberal judge. One of our judges were pretty liberal. One judge is great. He's already retired now, but he would give him a hard time. But and this other judge has retired now, but the judge, and I'm not going to say his name,
Yeah, I know.
but the judge basically says, "I'm going to give them a year in jail whether they plead guilty or not." So would that matter if they go to trial? They don't have nothing to lose. A lot of judges will say, if they go to trial and we get found guilty, they're going to at least 5 years. But if they plead, you can expect them to take a year plead or whatever.
Can I tell them about that one I went with you on?
No
No
details.
Okay.
But it just, he gave them a year no matter if they pled guilty or not. So we had to try every one of them.
I can tell y'all,
it was not worth it.
I was very proud.
I mean, it's not worth it as far as they should have gone ahead and got 10 years in prison rather than 1 year in prison.
I was very proud to be the wife of a man that helped get predators off the streets.
But anyway.
Oh, wait, let me tell this. Send relief operation went on during the Super Bowl. And where was the Super Bowl played? Indianapolis? No, where was it?
It was somewhere in
wherever the Super Bowl was played
California,
this year.
I don't know where it was.
It was called Send Relief, and they rescued 13 children from sex trafficking after the Super Bowl. And then there was another one, A Better Path, where that's in San Diego. 48 were arrested and 8 minors were rescued in San Diego. And there was a news report on that one that I wanted you to show, because they have made it legal for them to get on the, what is it called, loitering on the streets. They decided they weren't going to have a problem with that anymore. So now they've got a problem with prostitutes and the Johns. And they said the traffic is lined up 24 hours a day going up and down this road where men are picking up women who are barely got clothes on, and that the Johns are being arrested and the prostitutes are being arrested. And so they did rescue 8. And they said the youngest one that they rescued was 13 years old.
I'm trying to find if there's an update on the 2-year-old that is missing, and I have not found if there is an update or not. Around 5 o'clock is the only thing that I've seen.
Mary said that Medina knows what time it is. Just follow the signs. What? I missed that one, Herbie. Okay, so Another thing I read is Operation Smile. 1,400 children were rescued in South Asia from forced labor. 200 children as young as 6 years old were rescued from a brick where they make bricks. 6 years old making bricks. They said in 2019, 1 billion children were victims of physical, sexual, mental abuse worldwide. Y'all, it's not just an America problem. And I'm going to tell you, if you've watched any of those To Catch a Predator, they've gone over to Thailand, and some of the things that those little girls tell them that they've had to do is crazy.
I tell you one too to watch. There's a show on the History Channel called Trafficked, and the girl there, she has gone into some of the brothels in Thailand and Vietnam,
I'm trying to
mostly
catch up.
Thailand, really, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, she
They
said,
had one where a doctor from America,
oh,
they
yeah.
didn't say his name, was over in Thailand, and they were working undercover with had a camera mounted on one of the guys, and he said he younger the better. He wanted to have a date with one of these kids, and they said the younger the better.
And they went into
So
a room
it
where
was
there was children, little girls as young as 3 years old, and all they wanted was a sucker. You know, for a sucker, they would do anything. And what they said that those men made them do, oh God, I just
it
wanted,
just
I wanted to kill somebody.
it you know what I wish they would do is find out who was over there from America and then prosecute them in America somehow. Um, or prosecute them over there in the international courts or whatever. It'd be a lot better for them to spend 30, 40 years in a Thailand prison than it would be in American prison, you know.
Yeah, and you're right. The Western society is going over to Thailand and to Singapore and Hong Kong and places like that to have sex with young children because it's called, and it's like somebody said on here, it's a sexcation.
And one of the things that they were doing, I watched where they had a police force that was going in to raid these places, but before they could even get there, somebody in the police force was crooked and tipped them off before they got there. And so when they got there, all of the kids were gone. And you got to worry about that. I mean, um, when money over there means uh, $20, would be like having $2,000 over here. It is a perverted. It's perverted. It's perversion at its worst over there.
Brookfield, Florida is where the little
Yeah,
boy came up missing.
I'm trying to find the latest on that, and I have not been able to find it. Let me see. See if I can find out anything here. The only thing I had found out earlier was I don't see anywhere.
Brittany, my idea would be to, when they're convicted and found guilty of sexually molesting or hurting a child, let's find an island in the middle of the Pacific or in the Atlantic and just send them off in a parachute with some seeds to plant a garden and drop them and just let them all live there together and see how they make it. That's my opinion. I don't think they can be rehabilitated.
I know from seeing how they talk and everything. I don't think they can get rehabilitated either.
AK, if you're leaving, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming, AK. And listen, y'all go over there and check his stuff out. He's doing a great job.
Lake Superior said in Alabama, doesn't the state chemically castrate sex offenders before they release them from prison?
No.
I don't think so. I know that they were going to.
That
They
was
can
one of the
choose
things.
it.
One of the things that I know. One of the things that they like sex offenders were saying. Why don't you let me out of prison instead of making me do 50 years? I'll be chemically castrated to get out of prison early. And the Alabama prison says, no, I'm afraid not. You can get chemically castrated, but you ain't getting out of jail any earlier. It's not the idea, hey, let's put them in here to keep from doing it. You got to pay for your crimes. This is another picture of that little boy. Man, I'm hoping that he hasn't been abducted, fallen into a pond or drowned or anything.
Chybug's got a special pill for him.
Yeah.
It's got a special Smith & Wesson shot.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Can you see if there's anything on there, any updates?
Yeah, just a second. Go ahead and talk. I'll do it. I got so many open. It's pathetic. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
The last update on the child was 2 hours ago, according to the internet. And I wish that. No, hold on a minute. They did one 50 minutes ago. Of course, that might have been a news. It's very sad that the situation, and we can all armchair quarterback this situation because we're not living it, but it is. I mean, I can see why the parents didn't report him for an hour to check for themselves. Everybody wants to. I'll check this. I'll check that. We'll check the neighbors. We'll
hey, Jessica.
But I don't understand how he could be delivered back to the home and then not wake up or whatever.
The family.
Yeah.
Some people are just coming in. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. And there's nothing. I think one thing the sheriff's department said at nightfall actually would be their benefit for FLIR, forward-looking infrared radar, is it will pick up any heat at all at night, and if their body temperature being in the 90s, in the ground, even if it's in the 70s, probably you'll definitely be able to see it. And also, their canines too seem to be able to pick up a scent better at night. I don't understand that, but that's what he said. So I don't know if it's because the ground cools off or whatever, but it's going to be pretty tough for a dog to pick up a scent with all these people that have been out there searching. But what they can do,
some good dogs.
Well, what they can do, they'll take a bloodhound. I don't know if you've ever seen a bloodhound work. They'll take a bloodhound and they'll put like their clothing in their smell, and that bloodhound can track. He's tracking their scent, basically what he's tracking. And I've seen beagles and greyhound, not greyhounds, but beagles and bloodhounds. I've seen some amazing work. The Alabama prison system uses primarily beagles, and I've seen those guys. They'll track way, way down in the woods and get their guys. But that's what they use, and we've had them down here when we were tracking escapees and stuff. And what they'll do, they'll let a couple of beagles out, and they'll have a couple of runners, the guys that are handlers, they'll run behind them, And it's honestly, it's sometimes I saw one of the funniest things. It was a big sod field, and the beagles went out there and turned a big circle in the sod field. And these guys, they didn't cut across; they followed those beagles directly in that circle. It was weird, but they ended up catching the people that escaped.
Okay, on a lighter note, real quick, you know there, you know how to get away from an alligator. If an alligator gets after you, or if a bull gets after you, if a bull gets after you, you strip down naked while you're running because they don't like to attack a naked person or what.
What?
That's what I heard.
No,
but wait a minute,
no.
wait. But I had somebody tell me this.
Well, that's wrong.
Wait. But if you're going to run away from an alligator, you run zigzag. And I said, in my mind, if I saw one of those things, I'd get to doing both of them, stripping off naked and running zigzag, because I wouldn't remember which one I was supposed to be doing.
I'm not gonna get that. No. Alligator is. I know they say run zigzag because an alligator can run like 20 miles an hour, but I don't know about no stripping off.
I always heard that with a bull.
I don't know.
You don't know where I heard it from me either. Amber's laughing at me. Amber,
I don't blame you. Yeah,
no, I did. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't even be able to think if a bull got after me or an alligator. I would run zigzag if an alligator got after me, though. Maggie went swimming in the Smith Lake where the alligators are.
Yeah. Well, just if we can keep up with what's going on with that little kid, that JJ kid, I'm hoping that they find him alive. But if the longer that he is out there by himself and this area, the dimmer the view gets as far as that goes. And and two, the fact is that he could have very well got picked up. I do want to hear what the UPS driver, if he did have
after what happened with the FedEx guy, that
yeah,
just,
I mean, if he did have a camera.
Okay, I don't know if y'all have heard this, but what is his name? Kelsey what? Grammer? No, the guy that's playing in that movie. There's a movie coming out tomorrow night called the Jesus Revolution, and it's
Kelsey, the guy that plays
Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Graham or Grammer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the guy that played on the Psychiatrist at Night. Like what was that show?
I don't know. Anyway, it's called the Jesus Revolution. It's coming out in theaters tomorrow night.
Cheers, Susan.
Cheers. It's about the 1970s when the Jesus Revolution happened, and I've seen him interviewed twice, and on both of the interviews, in talking about the movie and how it impacted his life, he's crying. And the Jesus Revolution in the 70s took place about the same time as this revival that has broke out at Asbury College, and now it's at Texas A&M. It is spread to, I think, 15 or 20 different. So if you get a chance, it didn't post the link didn't post the channel you were talking about. I thought it did. Okay, hold on, Beach Bum.
I don't have it here.
I've got it. Hold on, Beach Bum. I'll get it. Just a second. I still got it up. Wow, it's working. Give me just a second.
Still nothing on that. No updates on there, and I've looked just now.
So he may not have been found yet.
No, I don't think he has been. What I've checked on it.
Okay, this is the link where the whistleblower was, the HHS whistleblower.
How are you gonna post it?
I just posted it just like Why come it's not? There it is. So if you click on that, why is it not highlighted? I'm getting it straight. Copy. All right, wait a minute. Copy. Okay, it's copied to the clipboard. Hold on, guys. See if y'all can go and listen to this and see what you think. For some reason, it's not coming up blue. I don't know why. But if you can highlight that and copy it and go over to it, oh, cruddy muffins. Tommy. All right, hold on. I'm going to take a picture of it and put it on there maybe if I can. I don't know. This thing is not acting right.
What?
Talk.
I was reading somebody what they had to say.
Edit. If you have silent, they're going to leave.
Okay, well, it's in an hour and 10 minutes.
Hold on. I've almost got this. Okay, see if that's it. Okay, done.
Dana's trying to get a...
I'm trying to get a picture. I don't know if I can post a picture on there, if it'll let me. I'll see.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Because I tried...
Type the name. She'll grab it. He said she'll try to grab it if you type the name.
Hold on.
And I haven't been able to find out anything, any type of updates at all on that girl. I mean, that guy, the little kid. I was hoping that they would continue their update, but they haven't. Last thing they had is we're scouring the woods, but they haven't said anything. It's going to be tough at night. I would, other than that, I would like to be on one of those helicopters.
Yeah, Beach Bum, it's not letting me do
flare.
it.
They won't let you type it?
Let's see.
What? Type the name? Can you just copy it, paste it?
I tried.
I wish I hadn't erased it. I erased it.
See, I click share and I push copy and it says link copied to clipboard. But when I post it on
when you try to go to paste it,
it'll post it, but it's not making it. They're going to have, well, now it's not even, see, that's one of those strange things. All right. Wait a minute.
I don't even say, she said just type the name. The name.
Okay. The name of the lady is Ivory, Heckler. Heckler. Let me make sure that's right.
It is.
Hecker, Heckerer. Hecker.
But is the website, that's her name?
That's her name. Go to the lady's name on YouTube.
Y'all should be in yellow, she said.
What?
Said y'all should be in yellow.
What do you mean yellow?
I don't know.
Beach Bum, what do you mean yellow? Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, we can just say in your prayers, you should be praying that find the little kid safe. And Red Jaguar tell you, as any police officer knows anything, you have about, if they're abducted, you only have about 2.5, 3 hours to get them. If they're not abducted and they're just lost, hopefully they'll find him. Hopefully he won't, go off in the water. It's just very strange if he's, plays out in the yard a lot with the dogs. if he's out there around the house, that he would wander off. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, you did there.
No, I didn't. Beach Bum did. But did you
Okay.
get the video, Beach Bum, that I was talking about? Yeah, it's the first one that comes up. Great. Beach Bum, you did it again. You saved my bacon.
Okay, y'all, we're going to go.
Yeah, Jaguar said the clock runs the moment they are missing.
Yeah, the clock runs. You're exactly right.
Oh, Amber, I didn't know that.
What?
I can't post a link unless I've got the Blue Wrench. How about that? I learned something new today. I can live another day.
How do I give you the Blue Wrench?
You make me a moderator. I don't remember how to make me a I think Beach Bum can make me a moderator, maybe. I don't know. Somebody made Jaguar one.
Yeah.
Hey, Beach Bum, can you make me a moderator so I can post links? That's so funny. I didn't even know that. Hey, Gail, we're going to have a better world, and I think it's sooner than we think, because I don't know how much more it's going to take before Jesus splits that eastern sky wide
I can put
open.
you in timeout.
Don't put me in timeout. Hey, we can keep praying anytime. Split the eastern sky. He said, Red Jaguar said, point at the name and click. Oh, okay. So point at the name. Mine just highlights. Point at the name. Nope. It don't work for me. I don't know what.
Mine says put in timeout. Put user in timeout, a block user. I can turn the
Chybug, yes. Deborah, I agree. Amen. We are asking sweet Jesus to come on. Oh, Tommy has to do it.
Yeah, I can do it from
yeah, please check out the links after the show. And if you guys can send us some emails or something and tell us tell me what you thought about Ivory. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole thing, but about the whistleblower from Homeland Security. I want to know what y'all think, because I personally think that's going to be pretty interesting. Yes.
All right, y'all. We're going to go.
Amber, you never know. We might be able to figure this out before next week.
Yeah, we're going to go. I had a real bad headache last night, so I'm still not kind of
Red Jaguar
getting over it.
Are y'all headed north anytime soon? We're going to be in Atlanta, Atlanta area, the last week of April. We are in Gulf Shores, Alabama right now. We have been here since the 3rd of January for doctor's appointments, and we couldn't get all the doctor's appointments in 2 weeks. They had to spread them out. So the last one is tomorrow. Tommy is going to have a MRI on his back. So we shall see.
All righty. Y'all take care. We love y'all. And
thank you for all of y'all that joined.
See y'all in next week or next.
Hey, before you go, we had over 27 people watching. We only have 14 thumbs up. Can you give us a thumb up or a thumb down, please? It helps. So please give us some thumbs up or thumbs down. Prefer thumbs up, but hey, we understand.
Y'all take care.
Love you guys.
See you next time.
Hey, somebody just said I got one of those in a couple of weeks for an MRI on back.
Yeah, I got one to do one tomorrow. All righty.
Bye, y'all.
Take care.
See you on the road.